Hey guys, what's going on? It has been quite a while since I've been able to get a video out to you guys. I believe the last video I made was the updated Elvis collection and then the review of Ginger Alden's book, which I really enjoyed making for y'all. And today I'm going to do an updated Elvis movie collection. This is part of my new collection I acquired after my dad passed back in September. So I have a movie collection and then some new Elvis records I purchased at a flea market recently. So let's get to the movies. First movie is Viva Las Vegas, starring Elvis and Anne Margaret. Elvis and Anne Margaret, a great pair, and it was just an incredible movie. I loved watching it, and it's just phenomenal when you watch it. I recommend it to anybody who's really getting into Elvis. This is a really good movie, and a lot of great songs, of course. Viva Las Vegas in the song, and all that. And Elvis plays a race car driver in the movie. I don't remember I think his name was like, I can't remember his. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. I believe it was like Lucky Jackson or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I believe that was his character's name in Viva Las Vegas. Next one is a movie that was made by his stepbrother David Stanley called Protecting the King. Great movie. It tells the story of David Stanley, who was Elvis' stepbrother. David came into the Presley family in 1960 after Elvis' father Vernon married his mother Dee after Elvis' mom passed away. Great movie, highly recommended. Some good scenes in the movie, and kind of shows you how much David really cares about Elvis. Next is a 4 favorite Elvis Presley musicals. It's like a four film collection. There's Kissing Cousins, Live a Little, Love a Little, Girl Happy, and Tickle Me. Great movies. Would recommend every single one of them. Love watching it. Each one has their own, obviously, own story. My favorite out of the 4 is Kissing Cousins and Live a Little, Love a Little. Good movie. Next one is Speedway. This was actually filmed at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I believe a lot of really famous race car drivers were in the movie with Elvis. I believe Richard Petty was one. Cale Yarborough, who was in the movie with Elvis. Just a great movie. And Elvis plays a race car driver, obviously, and he's trying to win a big race. And he's just coming across challenges everywhere he goes to try to win this race. Next one is Elvis and Me. Great movie. It stars, I don't remember who plays Elvis in this movie, but great movie. Elvis and Me, great movie. The TV, I'll read what it says on the back. The TV movie adaptation, the 1985 biography, written by Priscilla Presley, beginning with her first meeting Elvis Presley as a GI in Germany, their marriage, life at Graceland, and the factors and issues that led to the couple's divorce. Next is Elvis, the Final Chapter. I've actually never seen this before. I might actually have to watch it. It's the Elvis, the Final Chapter, 1 hour long special. You know, what happened? Why did it happen? Did it have to happen? You know, kind of talks. I believe it's kind of going through the last little bit of Elvis's life. Last year, I would say, of Elvis's life. Next is Elvis by the Presleys. I absolutely love this one. There's a picture of Elvis when he got married. Elvis on a horse. I believe that is Bear that he's riding. His horse Bear. And the family, Elvis, Priscilla, Lisa Marie. And I believe this was taken in LA, out in one of his California homes. Next is another little Elvis documentary. This takes you around the city of Memphis. I've watched this before. Great little documentary. Takes you around the city of Memphis, Tupelo, and shows you all the Elvis spots there. Next is Elvis Files, American King, Mysterious Death. Basically, it investigates the death of Elvis Presley and, what happened, obviously why it probably had to happen, and sadly, all the stuff that surrounded his death. Next one is Elvis, Elvis Aloha from Hawaii, Elvis alternate Aloha concert. I believe this is another one they filmed besides the big one they did film in January of '73. Next is the 7 Ages of Elvis. This goes through his life from early age in Tupelo, Mississippi, to the legacy of Elvis Presley. And there's a quote on the back by John Lennon, who was a member of the Beatles. It says, "Before Elvis, there was nothing," and that saying kind of stays true till this day. I've not personally seen that yet, but I will watch. And next one is a 4-movie collection. Has Clambake, I believe, Follow That Dream, which was filmed down in Miami, Florida, Frankie and Johnny, and then Kid Galahad. Have not seen any of these yet, but I do want to see them. I might, most of these, as I've shown you, most of them are still in the plastic. I've not taken them out of the plastic. My dad was really big about that, keep them in the plastic because a lot of value to them. They're Elvis movies. Next is Elvis. That's the Way It Is, filmed in 1970. Of course, there's Elvis in the leather and chains jumpsuit. It's a 2-disc special, which I've watched. I've watched this before. Great. Love all the songs he does in it, the medley he does. It's just incredible. Next is Elvis Paradise Hawaiian Style. I don't believe this is it. Yeah, it's a 4-pack. It's Blue Hawaii, Easy Come, Easy Go, King Creole, Paradise Hawaiian Style. I believe that is a picture from Elvis in Blue Hawaii or Paradise Hawaiian Style. I've watched Blue Hawaii, love it. Great movie. Next is Elvis, The Great Performances. I believe these are just... something fell out of it. Did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. This is basically performances Elvis has done, people talk, and also people talk about Elvis, interviews with Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Sam Phillips, who discovered Elvis in the 50s, DJ Fontana, who was his drummer, Scotty Moore, who was his guitarist, Gordon Stoker of the Jordanaires, and Milton Berle, and some audio, just different special features through that. And next we get to, it is a double feature, King Creole and G.I. Blues. G.I. Blues was the movie Elvis made when he came out of the Army, and King Creole was the last one he made before he went in the Army in 1958. Next is Elvis, Memories of the King. There's a quote by Elvis on the back here I'll read. "People ask me where I got my singing style. I didn't copy my style from anybody. Country music was always an influence on my kind of music." Picture of Elvis in a jumpsuit that he wore on Elvis on Tour. I think that's the blue swirl suit he's wearing with the Gibson Dove he plays with the Kempo karate sticker. He used that guitar in Aloha from Hawaii, too. Elvis, summer of 56. Basically, when he started out in the mid-50s, different ones, I think it just chronicles that year, his breakout year was 56 when he got signed with RCA Records and all that. Elvis, #1 performances. I believe these are just all the songs that Elvis had #1 hits on, including the first one he got for a gold record was Heartbreak Hotel in 56. Great song. These are all great songs. All great songs. Highly recommend every single one of them. Elvis, the miniseries with Jonathan Ray Myers, great movie. Jonathan Ray Myers, really good actor. They shot this at Graceland, I believe. They shot this movie at Graceland, which I think is really cool. Next, Elvis Blue Hawaii. Love this movie. Great movie. Like I mentioned earlier, I've seen it. And just would highly recommend it to anybody really getting into Elvis. Great movie. Next is called Elvis Lives. Basically a movie about if Elvis faked his death to get away from somebody, which was interesting. I've seen it. I have mixed opinions on it, but it was good. It was good. Next is Elvis Meets Nixon. This is a movie about when Elvis Presley met President Richard Nixon. I've seen this a bunch of times. I don't remember who plays Elvis. Rick Peters plays Elvis, and great movie. It kind of chronicles, what led up to when Elvis met President Nixon. How that started is in December 1970, Elvis had an argument with his father and his wife over him spending money. It was around Christmas time. They were getting mad at Elvis, about spending money, and all that. And Elvis just stormed out of Graceland and would eventually meet President Richard Nixon. This one's called Elvis the Journey. The world's first superstar. This is cool. I guess it's like a box set or whatever. Has a DVD, audio CD of Elvis talking in his own words. 32-page, super cool color booklet. This is cool. Next is Elvis Rare Moments with the King. I've seen this before, really good. Now we get on to the newer additions into my collection. I believe in one of my earlier videos I showed off my record collection a while back, and this is kind of like a newer addition to my collection. This is from Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee. And I do have another copy of this in my collection. I'm glad I got two copies. My dad always had two of everything with his Elvis collection, so I kind of started doing that. This is Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee, his second to last album he recorded. This was, I believe, released in July of 1976. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe released July 1976. My favorite song on here is For the Heart and then Hurt. Great songs. My next one is one of Elvis's gospel albums. Elvis, How Great Thou Art. Elvis would win 3 Grammys for 3 separate recordings of this song, How Great Thou Art. I believe it was 2 studio recordings and a live version of Elvis singing this song. Great song. You can see from those performances how much Elvis embodied gospel music, because he was influenced by all that. Growing up, country music, rhythm and blues, gospel, everything. He was influenced by every single thing he heard growing up as a kid in East Tupelo, and then eventually when he moved to Memphis, he was introduced to the blues, like, B.B. King, just different performers then. And, then in July 1955, Elvis would record That's All Right Mama. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of today's video, and I will talk to y'all later.